Hi, this is Will LeStrange, and I want to thank you for requesting some more information about Jon Sandifer's Learn Feng Shui course. So that's me on the left and Jon there on the right. And I wanted to quickly shoot this video for you so that you could get a glimpse inside the course itself. You can see the extent of the material, the quality of the material that we're presenting here, and then you can get some idea whether this is the right course for you, and then you can make a better choice about whether you want to go ahead with that. So first of all, I want to tell you a little bit about Jon Sandifer. Jon passed away a few years ago. He was a good friend of mine. He was also a teacher of mine way back in 1990. Let me see, what was it, 92, 93? I met Jon for the first time, and then he was a very, very good teacher, and was very helpful to me in my career in the early days. And then later we trained together with Master Chan Kun Wah in London. Jon was a very prolific author. He wrote over 10 books on Feng Shui and related subjects. He had over 33 years experience in Oriental healing arts, and he was just a real guiding light. He really helped put Feng Shui on the map in Britain and Europe. He was the president of the Feng Shui Society for a number of years in Britain, and in early 2000, I think it was, around 2001, 2002, to set up the educational standards, which was the acceptable standards for practice to become a bona fide practitioner of Feng Shui in Great Britain. And so Jon was instrumental in putting those standards together, and his course is a natural reflection of that. So obviously he was going to design a course and teach a course exactly to that level of what would be considered an acceptable standard of practice for a professional Feng Shui practitioner. So that is the standard of the course that you are going to be looking at now. So should we take a look inside the course itself? Let me just pull this up now here. So when you click on the link, you will be taken to this page. This is the Welcome to Learn Feng Shui page, where you can enroll, and you will see that you'll be presented with three choices here. The first choice is the foundation course, the second choice over here is the advanced course, and the third choice, which is the one I really recommend, is the bundled offer here. And so you've got both courses put together in this one presentation for $247. Now this is a really fantastic price. If you've been looking around the internet for Feng Shui courses, online courses, you're going to find some very, very high ticket courses, and you're going to find some other ones which are a little lower. Now this course in itself is the equivalent of 8 weekend workshops with Jon Sandifer. Now that's 8 weekends of learning experience that Jon used to teach with groups of students in a room, and so this is the same curriculum that Jon used to teach, and it's crunched down into this online presentation. And I'm going to walk you through a whole bunch of the features now so that you see what it is. So there's some courses out there that range between anything $6, $7, $8 up to $10,000, and we've got this at just $247. Don't let that price fool you, that it's some kind of cheap offering. This is a really premium package, and you are going to get a huge amount from this. The reason why we've set this price so low is that we can get this course into as many hands as possible. We make it as available to as many people who would be interested, and we don't want the price of this course to be prohibitive to people who just genuinely want to learn this. And so $247 is just a great price. So if you click on the package that you're interested in, you will then go through to the sales page for that particular course. So here we are to enroll on the course. You'll see a video here. I'll talk about this in a minute. You can actually watch this in your own time. You can see that Tio's, it's blurred out at the moment, but Tio's here and he talks about the course. But for this presentation, I just want to go over the content of the course and let you know a little bit about what's inside. So if you scroll down, you're going to find out exactly what is in, first of all, the beginner module. So module 1 is an absolute beginner's introduction to Feng Shui. If you've never done Feng Shui before, this is going to pull back the curtains and you can really get an understanding of where Feng Shui came from, the basic jargon and the fundamental concepts that are all about Feng Shui and its origins. Number 2 is going to get you helping you get started. You can look at the different traditions and different schools of Feng Shui, what they call the Form School, the Compass School, Flying Star, these different systems that you may have heard about. This will lay everything out in front of you and you'll start to understand how everything comes together. How to create a floor plan. This is essential, that you have a floor plan that you can work from of any property that you're working with, and then you can sketch this floor plan and work out where all the different sectors are and where these different pockets of energy are as they relate to the overall layout of the property. The next piece is the bagua. Now, if you've done any reading about Feng Shui or watched any videos online, I'm sure that you've run into this term about the bagua. Now, the bagua is a way of dividing your property into 9 sectors which relate to the compass directions, and they also relate to 9 areas of life. And so things like your career, your relationships, your family, your wealth, your health, your friends and networks, children and creativity, your inner spiritual life, or the way you cultivate your knowledge and your personal growth and your reputation. All of these are combined in this thing that's called the bagua, and it will give you a great insight into how to get started with that. Foundation Module 5 is the case study. This is where Jon looks at a real case study, and we go through this, and you get a full assessment and feedback on what's going on there. This is a really unique experience. Pulling it all together, this is how you really pull all the different aspects of a Feng Shui consultation or a Feng Shui assessment into a consultation. Now, here's the next bit. If you've signed up for the bundle course, you're going to get 10 additional advanced modules, and these are just fantastic. This is the depth. Now this is the stuff that you're going to find in the really high ticket item courses that are out there, and like I say, this is just tremendous value. So advanced module 1 is an introduction to what you're going to learn in the advanced course. Module number 2 is Form School. Form School is the earliest form of Feng Shui. It goes back to a very ancient time when civilization looked at how it would dwell within the landscape and how it could thrive within certain landscapes. That information came forward right the way how to align a building within a landscape, and then how to align the actual contents of that building according to the same principles. It's really, very powerful. If you don't learn anything else about Feng Shui, if you only learn Form School, it will put you in a really, really good position. Now, the I Ching. The I Ching is fundamental. It's the book of changes. It's actually the oldest written book in the world, and from 3,000 years ago in China, and it contains this immense wisdom about how change occurs in the universe and how change occurs in our lives. And so Jon had the privilege of training with Master Jin Fang, who was a remarkable Feng Shui master and I Ching master, and he brings all of that teaching forth, and it's just a fantastic insight. The Bazi, or Ba-Zi, or 4 pillars as it's known, this is a form of Chinese astrology which is really, really helpful at understanding how energy moves through our lives over periods of time. This is a great introduction to Chinese astrology. The next one, Module 5, is the Lo Pan. Now the Lo Pan is the compass. Remember, the Chinese discovered magnetism and electromagnetic fields as they invented the compass, or I should say discovered the compass, and then developed this whole idea of directionology and how these subtle forces of electromagnetics are ever present in our environment and how they affect the quality of qi and energy in our environment. So you'll learn all about the Lo Pan compass. Module 6 is the advanced floor plans. Now this is how you apply advanced Feng Shui using the compass to the floor plans. So more than just the bagua, you're going to start using the compass to lay out how other energies become present in your environment and what you can do to work with them to either enhance them or calm them down if there's a particular negative energy present. So this is a really great introduction to that area. More advanced compass school. This goes in even deeper, where we start looking at the origins of what we call flying star astrology, and that goes into module 8. The flying stars is really a good way of talking about flying stars is saying astrology for buildings. This is how energy changes over a period of time within a building. It's not just a fixed blueprint of energy, that energy will actually shift and change with the fluctuation of with the progression of time. The energy will fluctuate and change. So this is a very, very powerful technique. This is what big businesses all over Asia pay Feng Shui masters an absolute fortune for, because they have yearly adjustments done to their properties to accommodate these annual changes in energy. So this is a very powerful technique. It's great, of course. Now this is a really, really great piece. Now this is the on-site visit. So the camera team go out with John and Theo into a home where they do a full consultation on a home. And this is one of the things that's really, really lacking in a lot of the other Feng Shui courses that are available online. This access to a real practical experience of how Feng Shui works in the real world. Not just book learning or classroom learning. This is how it's really done out there in the real world. So this is going to put you in a great advantage on how to do this, particularly when you start to apply these principles to your own home as you're practicing. Now, advanced module number 10 is 9-star key astrology. Now, this comes out of Japan, and it's a very useful technique. The Japanese took the Chinese system of astrology and they did to it what the Japanese do to most things in the world, where they kind of reduce it into its simplest form so that it's easier to work with. They strip it down, they make it smaller, and they make it really accessible and easy to work with. So if you find the Bazi a little complex, then this one is going to set you up. And this is fascinating because you can look at all the people in your family, the people who you know close to you, the people you work with, your colleagues. When you start working out what their 9-star key astrology is, you're going to really get excited about this. This is a great. And I believe this course was going to be taken out originally and sold as a completely separate training course on a separate astrology course. And it could be taken out and sold separately. But like I say, this is bundled in with the course, and it's just a really, really great bonus here. So a couple more bonus modules here. Module number 1, which is inner Feng Shui, where we are looking at our personal qi development. The parallel between our inner life and our outer life, and how we can cultivate that as we become practitioners, how we can use this Feng Shui knowledge to deepen our wisdom, deepen our awareness, and as a form of personal development, and how we can help grow ourselves doing this. John, of course, was a master of this, and he began these subjects in 1977. Remember, he's written over 10 books on this. And then advanced module number 2 is clutter. That's a big one for most of us. In most of our lives, clutter is a big problem. And so when you're helping clients or trying to figure your own life out and get things improved in your life, then clutter is one of those things that you need to actually deal with before you start applying Feng Shui. So if we come down, now, when you buy the course, if you go into the course and you discover that this really isn't for you, that it's not what you were looking for, go through it, take a good look at what's going in there, and if you really believe that you made a mistake and this wasn't the right purchase, you've got 30 days from the first day of purchase to go through this, and if you don't like it, just send an email through to support, and we will make sure that you get fully refunded, and you can make sure that you're happy with that. Now, there's some testimonials that you can go through here. I don't know exactly how many people have taken this course. I would say in the hundreds now, easily in the hundreds. And you'll see that there's just list after list of testimonials from people from all around the world that have been really touched by John's wisdom, John's teaching, really helped a lot of people here. And it just goes on and on and on. And finally, when you get down to the bottom of the page, you can see the class curriculum and the list of modules. Here's a preview. I'll show you this in a second. Once you scroll down a little bit further, you'll see that you've got some questions. Any frequently asked questions that you have, you can click on those and go through there. And then when you're ready to make the purchase, you can just hit enroll. And when you click on this, it will take you through to the shopping cart and the payment gateway, and you can make your payment here. And then you will be given emailed a login access, a username and a password, and that will get you into the course, and you always have access to that through that password that will be online for your viewing at any time, and you can go in and jump in and around this course as much as you like. So let me just click on this one here and show you the preview. This is what it looks like when you're actually in module 1. So you can see the way that the videos are set up. They've got the whiteboard, and also in some of the other shots we use a big screen as well. This is Theo van Dort, who was one of John's senior students, and here he is, the man himself, Jon Sandifer, who was just such a great guy. He helped me no end when I first started teaching. He was one of my first teachers, and Not only was he a good teacher, but he was a gentleman, and he was a great coach and a great trainer, and he really encouraged me to get out there into the world and start practicing this. And I just want to give you a little insight into something that Jon said to me, a really profound thing that he said to me that really stood by me, and is, I would say, one of the single most important pieces of wisdom I was given that has contributed to my personal success as a practitioner. After I've been training for about 6 months, I went to Jon, and I was very excited about this. I was in my early 30s, and I said, Jon, this is fantastic. Look, this is it. This is everything to me, Jon. I know what I'm going to do for the rest of my life now. I want to be a Feng Shui consultant. And he looked at me and he said, is that all? And I went, what do you mean, is that all? That's everything. That's what I want to be. Everything has come together. You know, everything I've done in the past has come up to this point, and it all makes sense. This is fantastic. And I said, what do you mean, is that all? And he said, well, don't you want to be a successful Feng Shui consultant? And it kind of hit me like a ton of bricks, like, oh my goodness, of course it is. When we're dealing with intention, I don't just want to be a Feng Shui consultant, of course I want to be a successful Feng Shui consultant. And so he gave me that really profound insight into insult. It felt like an insult for a second because I felt kind of stupid with myself. But it was such a profound insight to say, yes, if you're going to set your intention to become something, make sure you set it really clearly. So not just a Feng Shui consultant, but a successful Feng Shui consultant. So I'm eternally thankful to Jon for that. So you can see in Module 1, it's not just one video in Module 1. We've got a whole set of videos here where Jon goes through and explains everything clearly. Then we get these PDFs of all the written material. So everything here is in PDF form, and you can download these and print them. And then you can click into the next module here. This will take you into the next one. And of course this is locked at the moment because we're just in preview. But you can see here, and obviously click on the video and you'll see Tio here.
Hello there and welcome to Learn Feng Shui.
So you can go through that at your leisure and find out a little bit more about the program. So there we have it. There's the course. Like I say, you've got the choice to come through and you can do the basic course, you can do the advanced course, but I really recommend that you go through and you do both these courses together. So if you've got any questions, please feel free to give me a call. You can get me on 502-777-3586. That's my cell phone. I'll be really happy to talk about any of the elements in this course. You can also contact me on Will LeStrange Feng Shui at gmail.com. Email me with any questions there, and I'll be more than happy to go through any of those pieces there. So there we have it. Good luck with your Feng Shui practice. I hope you really, really enjoy this course and you get the most out of it. And good luck with everything you do in the future. All right, thanks so much.